Okay, so now we go to a data licensing topic. Okay, so data licensing refers to the legal framework that rules the use, distribution, and sharing of data. So when organizations or individuals create, collect, or manage data sets, they often specify the terms under which others can access, use, and distribute that data. So these terms are outlined in the data license agreement, which is a legal contract that sets forth the right and restrictions associated with the use of the data. Okay, so data licensing is the process of granting permission to use data to a third party. So, data may be protected by one or more intellectual property rights. So, a third party's use of data requires a license from the data owner or a sub-license from a party licensed by the owner to grant the sub-license to the data. So, data licensing agreement can be complex and involve issues such as data ownership, treatments of the original data, and derive and usage of the data, and also about data security policies. Okay, so companies and their counsel can encounter a range of agreements that associate the protection and treatments of data and related to the intellectual property rights. Yes, okay. All right. So you can read the example of scenario given in this slide. Okay. So from this scenario, I can summarize where a company collects and maintains a data set containing information about consumer preferences. So they can categorize the data into certain criteria such as gender, age group, and the professions of the consumer. Okay, so the company can then license this data to other parties in need of the data. So the license come with term of use describing the intent and the limitations. So the license also can store this information and use it for their own purposes, and the license can be long-term or short-term depending on the agreement. So the company may choose to grant the exclusive access to a specific research organization or client for a certain period, and the condition, okay, must be set for terminating the license, such as a breach of term may be outlined in the agreement. Okay, so the license can also pay a one-time license based on the revenue generated from the use of the licensed data. Okay, so this scenario illustrates, okay, how data licensing establish the rules for assessing and using the dataset. So actually it helps ensure responsible and ethical use of the data while we are allowing the company to share valuable insights with the external entities.